Melissa from the AC Library again. In the last video of this series, I showed you how to get everything set up here, but now we're finally ready to search. This is your search results screen with 8 different hits for this search sorted by how relevant the system expects they are to your topic. You can also sort by date to get the most current. Since titles don't always tell you exactly what the article will be about, you can also read the short blurbs provided, which shows you the first place in the document where your search term was found. You can access the full article itself a couple of different ways, but I recommend clicking on the hyperlinked title because this view will still give you the link to the PDF version here, but this HTML page also gives you the ability to navigate within the document by clicking on the menu items here to zoom down to specific sections of the document. And this view also offers you additional features like printing that I'll explain in the last video of this series. Since the full reports of CQ Researcher articles are so long, you might want to search for additional keywords on the page. You can do this by hitting Ctrl F on your keyboard. I'm using Firefox right now, so the Find command box appears down here at the bottom left of the screen. In Chrome, it appears up here. When you use this general computer command, don't use the quotation marks like we do with databases. Every time you hit enter, it'll send you to the next mention of your term, or you can use the arrows to go back and forth. Or you can just hunt for your search term, which will be bolded every time it appears. Using Find might help you zero in on how parents can prevent childhood obesity. I'll only type in parent in the singular form because the search will find anything with those letters anywhere in a word. When I'm doing research, if I find a good article or a good point made within an article, I like to look at the sources they referenced and use some of those myself if I can find them and if they're current enough. As you're reading an article in CQ Researcher, they make this easy for you. Notice that if you hover over a citation footnote, a bubble with the full citation information, including hyperlinks, will pop up. Before using these additional resources, though, make sure the instructor will accept them. Not all instructors accept web pages like this, or they'll only allow you to use 1 or 2. Some instructors require that you use a library database for every resource, and this one wouldn't meet that requirement since you're now going outside of the database article. You might find additional resources by looking at this section over here with related reports or related topics. Or just go back to your results page if you had more than one search result like we did in ours. Unfortunately, to do that, you just have to use the browser's back arrow, and if you've been clicking around in this first article you tried, it may take you several tries to get back to the results page. You'll notice that the second entry on our list looks different, with the short report button. Just as the name indicates, these reports are much shorter, and they only include a chronology section instead of the many different sections we saw with our first article. With these short reports, you can click either on the short report button or the title's hyperlink to get to the same place with those navigational features I just described. Because it's so short, though, you won't have a full menu, but just the link to the only other section of chronology. Okay, in the last video of this series, I'll explain how to print, save, and cite the articles you want to use.